Yeah, Huples Cat. It's Dimanche, 16th of June, otherwise known as Sunday. And I'm going to go on a multiple park expedition from our Airbnb. Come along. This is the first park, 4.5 cave trails, unmarked, on an old municipal dump. And we're going to start by doing half a k this way. So we're staying on Rue Saint Louis in Gatineau. There's a spit that used to be called Hull, called Gatineau. It's the city tower blocks and everything over there, and we're actually further east, and it's much more nice out here, much more interesting. And Kitty cycled to Kensington Market this morning, only took her just under 50 minutes one way. But as you can see, there's absolutely no signage whatsoever, but this is where we need to go. So a last look at the western part of Le Bay Park, and we exit the park and we're going to have a look for another little park. A typical Gallic sign, doesn't tell you anything. So this is Rue Le Bay. It's very quiet, quite pretty, and it's one of my favourite little shortcuts. Rue Saint Louis is up there, and you follow this down this way, and you go south on Le Bay from Saint Louis. Where you end up is on Jacques Cartier, right by the Aberdeen Bridge. Very convenient for cyclists and walkers. And here we are. I'm going to go up here and see if we can find a little small park. And here at the corner of Robital and Aberdeen, we have the entrance to Park Robinson. A cheerful photograph. I have no idea what it means. Hornets of some description. Anyway, this is Park Robinson. It's very small, and it's just a throughway for me on my journey of exploration. We've done Park Robinson, and we're going to go this way to Rue Rene, and then go north. This type of chip shop is extremely popular. Closed on Sundays and Mondays, and that's the price for a bag of chips. Pommes frites, poutine, popular, cheese bacon dog. Not healthy food, and I don't see a vegan burger. There's literally always a line up there when it is open, around the block sometimes. Crazy. This is Rue Guébert, and over there is the Aberdeen Bridge. There's another frit and poutine shop. These places are extremely popular. I remain on Rue Saint Louis, and I'm heading towards another major bridge, which I'm not going to get to. It should be flicking right in a little bit into another park system. Rue Moreau and Rue Saint Louis. And just on the other side of the road, there is a huge river called the Gatineau River. And that just over there is Lac Limy. Even on urban adventures you can find touches of paradise like this. Alphonse Dutil, doggies are banned, even leashed. As they should be on all sports fields. It still strikes me as odd that people will take a dog onto a sports field even if it's on a leash. You shouldn't have a dog on a sports field, think about it. This is Rue Rene. It is completely unsigned, but this is the way I'm going. I'm now entering a big park, unnamed at this point. There seems to be some activity. Lovely old tree. There's the river we were looking at before. There's an old toilet in the river. Guess shouting "Go Jays Go" probably wouldn't be appreciated. Softball. Good catch. Those of you from southern climes won't know what this is. This is actually a ski hill. You walk up either side of it with your sled and you ski down it on your sled. I'm leaving Parc Gilbert Gatineau behind me, unmarked. When you're on the ground you wouldn't know where you are. I'm going to head this way, then that way. There's in fact a sign, I found it. Now I'm heading away from it. Most accommodations are multi-apartment blocks like this, and even the small housing around here tends to have multiple occupation units. I think I've spotted the famed puma of Gatineau. Now if I had some time I'd go exploring into this bush area, but I do not. But I needed a pee, and I can't resist because I suspect there might be a river down here. Lovely. You never know what you'll find when you step off the beaten path. I shall return to civilization. Here's a question for all of you out there. Most Canadians live in accommodation like this. How can they prepare for emergencies given their accommodation? Given that a large amount of people are now over the age of 50 and or disabled, usually both, how can they safely prep, especially when they live in this type of accommodation? Now we're going to cross Rue Louis Riel and into this park. This is more your upper class suburban. From what I can tell, the price of these houses is about 300 to 400,000 Canadian. This is in the township of Gatineau and this is Parc de Coteau. It's about 24 centigrade today, but it feels a lot warmer because of the humidity. There's a swimming pool, not in use, unfortunately, because the next few days are going to be skyrocketingly hot. Tomorrow I think it's going to be 33, 35 centigrade plus humidity. Should be a fun experience. Anyway, this is a tiny little park. Some Cretchen's out on an electric bike. And I'm just going to cut through this and then continue my journey. You really have to wonder, parents, like how on earth are they happy to do that? Oh, there he goes, straight through a playing field. Crazy. It's doubly true that these days most parents actually are unfit to be parents. The idea of buying a 5-year-old or a 7-year-old an electric bike that can do 10 to 15 miles per hour and then letting them ride around a public park in it on a Sunday might sound like it's entertaining for the child. And of course it is, until he falls off, because this particular numbnuts doesn't even have a helmet on. I'm leaving this temple to modern parenting, and I'm now going to head this way, and I think we've got 1 or maybe 2 more little parks to go. So let's go. Now illegally crossing Rue Quebec. I want to go to that park. And I scooped this out the other day. It's actually the only way across there for quite some time. So a little cutting here. And this is it. I'm going to Rue Saint Antonia. But to pardon my pronunciation, I am English and I grew up learning schoolboy French. In Gatineau, in Quebec and New Brunswick, they don't actually speak French. They speak a very dialect version of it. It's like expecting somebody to be able to speak perfect Queen's English in the middle of Glasgow. It ain't happening here. In fact, some of the words are completely different. Well, I think this might well be my last park, but if it isn't, I will put one in after this. This is Parc Pierre Lafontaine. I want quite a big one, and I'm on my side of Quebec, and I'll be heading that way when I've finished. It's very nice to retain these green spaces. Essential to anywhere you live. You have to have as much greenery there as possible. Well, me being me, I've managed to sneak in a bonus park. Some of these neighbourhoods are absolutely delightful. This is Parc Maisonville. I'm going to go in it. It is of course not very big, but it's entirely empty on a Sunday and quite peaceful and tranquil, even though there's busy roads on either side of it. And there's a bench you can sit on and you can enjoy life. Very nice. That's a delightful sign. Balls. The older parts of Gatineau are some lovely, lovely wide streets. Mostly peaceful. Okay, this is not even a named park, it's a parkette. This is Rue Moncim, and it's just one street over from quite a busy road, which we happen to be on. So we're almost done. Just in case you didn't understand my pronunciation. So we arrived back at our first park, Parc Le Bay. Well, that's the end of a very pleasant hour walk for me around Gatineau. Hope it inspires you to get out and explore your own local areas. Have a great week. Toodles. This has been a 2024 Sleeping in Quebec Terrier production.